What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Alchemy Pay today, ACH. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 4th of May today. We're sitting at about 2.5 cents now. 5 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame here. So yes, you're consolidating. You've got a bit of a rounded top look to you. So yes, down you go. Oftentimes, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but with these rounded kind of tops, rounded kind of bottoms, you get these rapid kind of corrective phases. So it really wouldn't surprise me if the next couple of days here over this week you see a more dramatic drop in your price. I would expect at this point in time, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I would expect that you at least see something at about 2.3 cents or lower, or even down as low as like 2.1 cents, 2 cents itself, something in that area. Let's take a percentage measurement and just see what that is. From here, yeah, at a minimum, something below 2.3 cents, but likely 2.1 to 2 cents itself. That's where I see you going. Perfect area to find support. It is your golden ratio. I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop down to $88,000 over the coming week. That's about a 7.5% drop. If Bitcoin drops 7.5%, Alchemy Pay could drop 19%. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it only drops 15%, something like that. Either way, golden ratio right there in that zone. If we take a line and we put it right here where we found support before on a closing basis here, you found support here, resistance there, support, 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 support. It's right there, very, very near the golden ratio area, right? Very, very, very near that area. So still right above 2 cents. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this is the area that I think we're going to go to. You don't have to go exactly to this line, but something around here, if not even just above there, is what I would expect. Just below these lows, below this low point here, and above these low points here. That's my expectation, okay? Golden ratio bounce, and then from there, Alchemy Pay is going to recover. We're looking at the daily RSI, and you are setting yourself up for some bullish scenarios here. You're getting stronger readings than you've seen since January. It's very nice to see. You've got lower lows in your RSI with higher lows in the price. You've got the right setups, man. You've cooled off. You're just getting ready, ultimately, to get into that overbought zone. And I bet before then, you're going to get to the 40, or maybe even down to the oversold zone again, and then you'll make your way back up over the coming week or weeks. That's my expectation. I think this next week, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I think the week between the 5th to the 11th might be a red week. It might be a bearish week, or it could be a volatile week where we do get this drop. I would love it, man. If we get a fast drop, this is how you know it's going to be a volatile week. Because if we get a fast drop, you're likely going to spend the rest of the week recovering. So it might be a neutral week with a big wick to the downside. Something like that could happen. But some downside next week overall is what I'm expecting. The following week, the week of like the 12th to the what is it, the 12th to the 18th, maybe 12th to the 17th, whatever 7 days would be there. It'd be to the 18th. That week's probably going to be very bullish. I think that'll be the week that we really start to get some headway here. Looking at this overall on a weekly basis, you're in a very, very bullish configuration, right? We love it. Absolutely love it. Anytime that there's a flat top for resistance and you've got higher lows coming in, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. I was just talking about this for XCN, but to the downside, XCN's in the middle of like a triple bottom kind of look here. It's not going to be a triple bottom, right? Because it's not that there's no such thing as a triple bottom. Triple bottoms are actually very, very bullish, but triple bottoms are really just inevitable breakthroughs. That's what they are. Most of the time, 90% of the time, that's what they are. They don't hold. Same thing for ACH here, except to the top side. Triple tops, they exist, yes, and they're very rare. They are powerful. A triple top is more bearish than a double top is. It really is. And they provide very powerful movements, right? But like the triple bottom, triple tops are elusive because really what they are is they're just inevitable breakthroughs. That's all it is. So I would say the fact that you look like you've got a triple top right now is more indicative that you're probably going to break through it. It's not that there's no such thing as a triple top, but they're just very, very rare patterns. I don't think since I've made my YouTube channel, which was back in like 2022 November, I don't think I've identified more than like one or two triple bottom or top patterns in that time, right? They're very, very rare. Like successfully identified them, right? And oftentimes we actually identify them ahead of time. It's more obvious. This ahead of time, I think it's more obvious that it's going to break out and not go lower. I mean, you look at the weekly RSI. You're getting overbought. You're getting overbought. You can't get oversold. You just seem to not be able to get oversold. You're not afraid to let the bulls flex, but the bears, they're timid. They're afraid of flexing, right? They're just those closet flexers, man. And yeah, I think because of that, the Bulls are going to take over, man. They're going to get their time, and really, this triple top is not a triple top. I think it's just an inevitable breakout. You're in this giant accumulative pattern here. It's going to be glorious when you do break out. When you let loose that pressure that you've been building now for over 2 years, literally, right? Since February 2023, it's 2025 now, April, May. Um, for over 2 years you've been consolidating. I'm assuming that the breakout you get will eclipse any kind of maneuver that you've had over the last 2 years, right? This stuff was all fun. This is great. If anything, it's going to be comparable to this move here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the move was bigger overall. But let's just run with this. What if you do see a similar move from a low to a high? What if you saw something similar to this, and we assume that that's your low right there of where you're going to bounce from? Yeah, you can move all the way up to 12.3 cents. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I know we talk about higher prices, and we're going to get into that in a second, but by the end of June, if Alchemy Pay really only wanted to do a 400% move from here, sure, that's possible. Maybe you only get a 5x, but bro, it's still going to be a 5x. You know what I mean? You're still going to be outperforming the average coin, the average market participant. I wouldn't be worried about this thing at all if it did that. However, the notion, the idea of seeing the same movement that we saw back here, which don't get me wrong, that was a relief rally from the, or not a relief rally, a breakout rally from your bear market lows. This 2 year consolidation, I think it's setting you up for bigger things. I really do. And if you're breaking above the 886, if we're seeing bigger things, because this exact same move would take you right to the 886, if you're seeing bigger things than that, it's very possible that not only do you go to your all-time high, but you probably break through it a little bit. I really wouldn't be surprised. A lot of cryptos, when they interact with their all-time highs in this cycle, what I've seen is they do stop just above it. So seeing something that's at like 20 cents around there, something like that makes a lot of sense to me. Even if we don't stop at 20 cents precisely, maybe we stop at 17.3 cents. Maybe we stop all the way up at 30 cents, anything and everything in between. I have to admit, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I have a harder time seeing prices above 30 cents. The only reason is because overall that would promote a very large move. Overall for Alchemy Pay, that's like a 18x move, and I'm not saying that can't happen, but that's just stupendously larger than anything you've seen in most of your history here, right? You've seen crazy movements before, but you're at crazy lower market caps. Now you're at, what's your market cap now for ACH here? ACH, you're at about a $228 million market cap. It's not hard for you to make these kind of endeavors, these kind of bullish endeavors, man. You could see an 18x overall, but I would more lean toward the idea that you stop somewhere around 20 cents personally. That's my expectation. 17 to 20 cents. Maybe you do get to 30 cents, but this is kind of the top end of it. Maybe I should even say 40 cents would be the top end of it, but that's getting a bit crazy for me. 30 cents, I think, something around 30, 35 cents would be the maximum expectation to have. I wouldn't bet against it, but I wouldn't hold my breath over it. You know what I mean? I would definitely bet on 17 to 20 cents happening. Minimum 12 cents, but inevitably when you break out, it's going to be fantastic. And you got a lot more growth than that ahead of you. Um, Reality is we don't know what we're dealing with here, right? You've been consolidating for 2 years. When you break out, man, you really could see something stupendous. And the higher you go, depending on how high you go, will help us determine where you're going to be by the end of the cycle. For now, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but by the end of the cycle, here you're at 2.5 cents now. End of the cycle, my expectation would be that you're somewhere above $1, if not even worth multiple dollars by the end of the cycle, right? That would provide about a 50x move at a minimum to something that is potentially at about $3 to $4.40. Maybe you even go all the way up to $10. Genuinely, you could see that happen. That'd be a 42x. A 10x from here would be a $22 billion market cap. A 400x, right? Is that what that would be? That would be, maybe you don't see that, but that'd be about an $80 billion market cap. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that's pushing the envelope there for what is possible. So maybe you don't see that. Most likely you do see something between about $3.05 to $4.40 by the end of the cycle. But again, depending on where you stop, is it here at $1.30? Is it here at $4.40? Can you make it all the way up to $10? I think a lot of that leans on what you do over the coming weeks, over the coming months with this breakout move. By the end of June, if you're not above 12 cents, then you're probably not going to get above $1.30 by the end of this cycle. If you're by the end of June, if you're above 20 cents, but just like right there, I think $3 to $4.40 is an appropriate target. If you exceed that, if you're at 30 cents or higher by the end of June, early July, maybe you do see $10 by the end of the cycle. I don't know, but time will tell. I think it'll be more appropriate to gauge this once we see what we're dealing with on this breakout move. But I've got nothing else for you guys, man. I think that we're getting ready to go a little bit lower, just a little bit lower, right? You're not going to go below 2 cents, but something around like, what was it, 2 to 2.5 No, what was it? What was it? I'm sorry. I'm forgetting here. Low to a high. All these numbers, man. 2.14. That's what it was. 2.14 to 2 cents. That's where I think you're going to go. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely, if you're looking to buy this thing, I would say have your buy order set up. I'm absolutely confident. I'm super confident that we're going lower, guys. This right here, if you take nothing else from this video, just take this into consideration. Anytime you see this, we call it rolling over. Anytime you roll over, you get a pretty harsh rejection down, and that doesn't mean that you have to go below this low. It happens, right? It's a very this look is distributive at the top, okay, and that's fine. It's fine that it's distributive at the top. Here, overall, you're accumulative, so don't even worry about it. But I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.